It's Madden NFL 22, and we've got a duel in the Lone Star State. It's the Jets and the Texans, and it's coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the New York Jets. Stadium in Houston. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Texans taking over offensively, and it is, of course, Deshaun Watson who leads them out at quarterback.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now it's Watson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
2nd and 10. And flags come as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. To throw is Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a give, right side. McNeil, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, McNeil. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now. Back deep for the Texans, Will Fuller. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out there, a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a 2nd opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. And occasionally, you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Second down at 4. A shotgun handoff now. Foster. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
From the 50, it's Watson. And that's complete. It's the tight end, Daniels. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Daniels. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. We're scoreless after one. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. They'll hand off to Foster, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Watson now to throw. And that is incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Fourth down, off goes Watson. On comes Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal. This from 54 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On second down, McNeil. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
third down. McNeil. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead him to fourth down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Trying to get it with Snell. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on fourth down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Eluding the pressure right. And he slides to a halt inside the 10.
Come on, baby. Let's go!
First and goal, New York.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
First and goal from the 3. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. And that'll set them back 5.
Still first down.
From back at the 8 now after the false start. Another try at first and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. From 8 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive 7 plays in length, and it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll start on the ground with Foster. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now the ball comes loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field, before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Enough Texas start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports halftime report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen.
Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the 3rd quarter. Let me spit this out. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this 3rd quarter. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
Second and 2. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Hands it off out of the gun. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. McNeil, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! From 6 yards away. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter. Not
only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Foster. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after them now.
2nd and 6. They'll go again with Foster. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
57's Mike. Mike 57. Line him up.
Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Sheldon Rankins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your quarterback? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll keep it on the ground. McNeil. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
We got this.
Come on now, let's make it happen, baby. Let's make it happen. 1st down, New York.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston, it's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. They'll run on 1st down. McNeil, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On 2nd down now, McNeil. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 42 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. McNeil, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
On 2nd down, it's Snell. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Here we go.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. McNeil. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Second and 9 now. And it's incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. They just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. 14 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Extra point forthcoming. And the lead is now 24. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
52. Watch 52. 52's the mic.
Throwing to start the drive. Watson. Incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
57.
Throwing again is Watson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Here's Watson. Flushed out right, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down.
52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Watson. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Sheldon Rankins getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively in the 4th quarter here, you've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
52's the mic. Bring it up.
Back to throw, Watson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Watson on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, Mike 52.
To the air yet again, Watson. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Now it's Watson. He's able to find Miller. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 25-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Anthony Miller there to make the grab. And the Texans are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for two. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. He's got it. So they convert the two. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a two-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
So two scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, four in the game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep it on the ground. McNeil, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
That's it, baby.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The Jets with victory seemingly in hand, they take a knee. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, Tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.